Yes, I think we're live. It's kind of live. I think we're live. Hello, are we live? Live. We are live. Just wait for people to filter in. Actually, where's my phone? Okay, we've got one person in here. Let's see, I'm going to pull this up on my phone too. How to be a wizard, yeah. Right. Okay, we'll wait for everyone to filter in. So, welcome tonight. It is, um, the next installment on how to be a wizard. Hi, Laurie. How are you? Welcome. Right, people filtering in. We've got 4 in here now. Who else do we have here? Only one of you said hi so far. Anyways, welcome. Today is an interesting. Hi, Julianne. How are you? So today, interesting kind of day. I haven't said much about this going um, um, on any of the previous lives. What is that? Oh, that's weird. I just got the alert for this on my phone. Anyways, I haven't mentioned this, but over the past few weeks, I have been. Oh, hi, Katie. How are you? I'm transitioning to a new job. Um, I got a new job offer, and I haven't said much of it about it. But last Monday, I put my notice in because I had accepted an offer, little more mula mula, and a little closer to home. So I haven't had mentioned it, but until today because it was kind of hush going in. And so that was last Monday. So today I go in. So I've been working the past week to get everything that I've been working on transitioned to my coworkers. And so today I go in, meet with HR. And we talked about, what happens when you leave, 401k stuff, medical stuff, yada, 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 just the HR stuff. And so, okay, all right, that was fine and good and fine. So this afternoon around 3 o'clock, my boss, says, "Hey, let's catch up." And we exchange, it's like, "Sorry to see you go," all that stuff. And he said, he asked, "Well, how's the transition going?" I'm like, "I think I got everything pretty much transitioned. I'm just, letting them come to me and ask me what, if anything, they need to know." So he says, "That's good. Yeah, it looks like they're all set up good." So he says, so he asked me, am I taking time off between, my starting the new job, which the intent was no, because I start this coming Monday. So he says, "Well, why don't you kind of wrap up today and just take the rest of the week off, full pay, so they're paying me. And, but I get the rest of the week off." But that's not even what the main crux of this. It's kind of like a little bit of a surreal feeling when I've been at this place for 5 years, and it's okay. It's my, that's it. I'm done there. All of the things I've accomplished, and I've accomplished a lot, and it's just kind of been that kind of weird day. Not good, but bad. Not bad or not good, but bittersweet. So let's hop into some comments. I get them over here. Let's see. Yeah, Laura, it was really cool of them. So let's see. We got the peoples up in here. Let's say hi. Hold on. I don't know what just happened. That was weird. Let me see. I hope I come back. Oh, there I am. Wow, that was bizarre. See what I mean? The kind of bizarre day it has been. Anyways, let me say hi to some folks. Let me see. Hi, Isis Mommy. Um, hi, Tar Apple. Hi, Spitfire. All right, so we're here. It's time for Wizard 101. Everyone ready for some Wizard 101? All right. I'm going to quickly do a quick review because we've talked about magical talents and stuff like that last week. We talked about like empathy, telepathy, psychokinesis, pyrokinesis, and all of these, clairsentience, clairvoyance. We talked about all what that means. And we talked about astral projection. And we talked about dream walking or journeying. So now we're going to kind of, where did I want to go? Oh, went too far. Hold on. Where am I going? Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So I want to pick up with here I am. My God, I went by this page 5 times. Again, I don't know what page it is, but it's introduction to dreaming. It says class. Let me see. I'm not going with Roman numerals. Let me see. 4, 3, 4. You know what? I'm going to do this. Right there. If you have the book, that's where we're at. Purchase or perchance to a dream. So we're going to start getting into dreaming. All right. I'm sorry that I have the Kindle version and it doesn't give me the page numbers. So perchance to a dream. So let's read what he has to say. Sleep is actually a ceremony, a remarkable, essential ceremony in which we participate over and over again for our entire lives, along with all other sentient beings. As a matter of fact, the universe itself participates in this ceremony of restful letting go, gently creating the appropriate backdrop for our sleep by turning down the Earth's lights and turning on the heavens' night lights, quieting the daily noise, and most of Earth's creatures, right? Even most of Earth's creatures, they even go to sleep, and often seeming to still even the very air and waters around us. Many native people still believe that the dream world to which we travel when we sleep and regenerate ourselves physically, emotionally, and spiritually may well be a truer reality than the everyday world in which we generally function. Right? Interesting. It's pretty interesting. Dreams are interesting. And I've done another video on dreams. And I believe that dreams, there's messages in dreams. Obviously, I definitely believe in astral projection, that we even visit other places in our dreams. Oh, excuse me. I'm thirsty. We also get messages in our dreams. I think sometimes, whether it be even spirit guides or even ourselves, we get these messages in our dreams if we know, to listen for them. And that's not to say astral projection. I've done a whole video on astral. I think I did a little mini series on astral projection, and that is a whole other thing in and of itself beyond dreaming. I consider it part of dreaming, right? You're in a dreamish state when you go. And what just happened? The cat's wrecking the house. Hi, Deliam. Welcome. Hi, Marge. Let's try to say hi to folks as they come in. But yeah, I mean, dreams are like the endless possibility. All right. So, introduction to dreaming. Are dreams really important? Telling you things that could be to your advantage, or are they simply late night movies to entertain your unconscious mind while your conscious rests? You average 7 dream periods, each of up to 45 minutes duration, every night of your life. So every night when you go to sleep, you average 7 cycles of 45-minute dreams, give or take. That's pretty much every night of your life. Dreaming is vital to the state of your well-being. People who have their dream periods interrupted over extended periods develop emotional stress. Dreams are complex, well-orchestrated, and imaginative productions arising from our unconscious or superconscious mind. When you consider the source, the importance of dreams becomes clear. For many people, the dream state is the only medium available for the higher or deeper, mind to communicate with the conscious mind. The least you can do is try and understand what the message is. Interesting. All men dream, but not equally. Those who dream by night in the dusty recesses of their minds, wake in the day to find that it was vanity. But the dreamers of the day are dangerous men, for they may act their dream with open eyes to make it possible. That's some sort of quote. Anyways, so that's kind of dreaming. Lesson 2, the gates of horn and ivory. Now, I didn't know much about this, but I'm going to read this. It is said that dreams may come in through either of 2 gates, the gate of horn or the gate of ivory. Dreams that come through the gate of ivory, which are most dreams, are about your own internal matters. Mostly these are the ways your mind sorts out, processes, and files ongoing events, experiences, and thoughts of your life. There are numerous fascinating little dream dictionaries available that list various symbols encountered in dreams, along with interpretations of their meanings. I will give you a few examples, and he goes on to talk about them. But anyways, that's the gate of ivory. Now, dreams that come through the gate of horn, on the other hand, are true dreaming. And he's got quotes around that. These tend to fall into 2 categories: dreams that are remembrances of past things forgotten, or dreams that are foretellings of things to come. Things forgotten that may be remembered in dreams include events and experiences from past lives. So you can have a dream that either you get the sense of it's in the past, and it could actually be a past life, or in the future. So that's interesting. So if you have the book, if you go to the next page, there's a dictionary of dream symbols. There's a lot of them here. I'm not going to read through them all. But there's different things have different meanings. Balloon could mean frustration. Basement or cellar. Dreams, maybe you're dreaming in a basement. Suppressed memories. Dream of a battle, internal conflict. Dream of a bath, vitality, vitality and long life. Dreaming of bells, fulfillments of plans and joy. Yeah.
What does it mean to have a dream of talking trees? Or to have like a conversation with talking trees?
Let's see if he's got trees
That's
in
what
here.
I had last night.
Tree, life, principle, psychic development, success.
Interesting.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of these things, and if you have the book, it makes things a little bit more interesting when you're interpreting your dreams. I don't remember. I believe last time we talked a little bit about dreaming. We talked a little bit about dream journals. Have you guys? Sorry, all this talking makes me thirsty. Have you guys gotten and started dream journals? Lucian wants to hop in and say hi.
Hi everyone.
There he is.
Everyone?
Mr. Lucian. You say hi.
Sorry, I am still a bit sick. I was exhausted today and pretty much slept most of the day. Feeling a little bit better, but I mean, I'm still congested, so I sound more like if Jack Sparrow was played by a man. So,
He was played by a man.
I know. That's the point.
I don't get it.
Never mind. It was a joke.
Is that why I hear crickets?
Okay, bye guys.
Anyway, so yeah, tree means you need to dream about your life principles are reaching out to you. So yeah, so if you guys have kept dream journals, start trying to analyze, if you have this book, and I highly recommend, it's called The Grimoire for the Apprentice Wizard. I highly recommend getting it. One, because you can follow along as I do this series, but two, there is a lot of good stuff in here, and a lot of this mini dream dictionary symbols that he has in here kind of, may shed some light. So, and actually, in lesson 3, he goes on to talk about the dictionary of dream symbols. And he says, dream dictionaries have been around since ancient times. They were very popular in classical Greece and in the Roman Empire. Here are a few most common symbols you may encounter in your dreams, along with popular interpretations. And he talks about, some of the dream symbols. So now we're going to go on to another type of dream, lesson 4, nightmares. So nightmares nightmare means literally a monstrous black spirit horse that carries us away on a terrifying and uncontrollable ride through dark and scary places. That's what nightmare, because mare is a type of horse.
Nightmare is like your nightmare dream.
Yes, but we're talking about the literal meaning, the origin of the word. Anyways, nightmares are like a stuck replay, which, with added dramatization and special effects of experiences too frightful to think of in our waking state. In very young children, such nightmares may be remembrances of a tragic death in their previous life, especially if they died by violence. These night terrors can be so frightening that they cause insomnia and inability to sleep. And we talk, if you caught my video on what's the matter?
Oh, sorry. get over here to get my earbuds.
Oh, anyways, if you caught my other video when we talked about, astral projection, I also touched in on how I kind of discovered a lot of the astral dream, just all my working with dreams is that, as a child, I had night terrors. And they're definitely not much fun. They were so bad that I went to see. Stop farting.
I didn't.
What was that sound?
It was my earbud. That went. Ding.
That's not what I heard. Anyways, it could have been that. Anyways, I went to see a dream. My parents took me to see like a psychiatrist and a psychologist and like a dream specialist. And that kind of kicked me off on starting to learn more about dreams. And in the book here, he's got a pretty cool anti-nightmare spell. And it says, hang a dream catcher or a small wreath of gray feathers over your bed to prevent nightmares and bring restful sleep. We have some dream catchers. There's one over the bed in the bedroom, and we have one around here somewhere. A pyramid-shaped crystal under your bed will protect you from psychic attacks in your sleeps. Psychic attacks in your sleep. I did that weird. Hang up a red onion and place mugwort under your pillow to keep away evil spirits. Then set a magic circle of protection around your bed each night before you go to sleep. And it's kind of explains on kind of how to do this. Stand in the middle of your bed and hold up a mirror, such as like a makeup mirror, as he says in there, face outwards, so that the walls of your bedroom are reflected off the mirror. Turn around clockwise or docile in a complete circle and visualize a circle reflective wall spreading outward from the mirror in your hand as you're inside of a mirrored Christmas tree ornament, like a ball. So you're kind of going around in a circle clockwise, right, to make the circle around your bed. And as you do that, you just keep going around in a circle. You say, circle of light, surround my bed. All fears of the night. Oh, hold on. Let me start again. I can't read. Start over again. Let's rewind. Circle of light, surround my bed. All fears of night gone from my head. May peaceful dreams come to me. As I do will, so mote it be. Right? Circle of light, surround my bed. All fears of night gone from my head. May peaceful dreams come unto me. As I do will, so mote it be. It's pretty cool. Another dream charm against nightmares goes like this. Thou evil thing of darkness born, of tail and wing, and snout and horn, fly from me, from now till morn. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. Let's see. Oh, hi, Arlene. Good. Opal posted. This is the book, I believe. Let's see. Punch that like a button, baby. All right. Just want to kind of go through some of these comments. So Marge says, I'm developing a symbols dictionary to use in tea readings, in charm casting. That's as close as it, but it's a very similar concept, really. Right? Let me see. Let's go through the comments. Yeah, okay, so that is the link for the book. Okay. So anyways, moving on. Lesson 5, lucid dreaming. We've talked a little bit about this too. Well, let's kind of go through the book. There is another world we may enter through dreams, which is sometimes called the dream time or the dreaming. I've heard it called the dreaming. This is a psychic realm we share with other dreamers, both human and non-human. And it has its own established landscapes and geographies. Within the dreaming are the countries of the fairy. Countries of the fairy. Of fairy. The afterworlds of all faiths are the realms of gods, spirits, and ancestors, and all the fantasy worlds of myth and story. And within the dreaming, you can be or do anything you can imagine. When you have learned to clearly visualize anything you want, you will be ready for the next step. This is called lucid dreaming. The idea is to be conscious in your dreams, so you can go places you want, do things intentionally, and remember them when you're awake. So it's like, because we talked about this a little bit in my other video. It is, I think of it as there's a tiny little sliver of space between when you start to fall asleep and then you go into REM sleep, where you fall asleep, and you catch it right on the top of REM, right at the point between where consciousness and REM meet. There's like this little place where you can, I guess this is how I visualize it, where you can be in the dream world, but conscious and awake at the same time. And I gave my example of this, how I unintentionally did this one day. I used to go to bed with the radio on. It's some habit I developed, I think, because, like, I don't know, my parents always had music playing while I was a baby, and then just liked music to go to bed. But anyways, not to get way off track. So I would go to sleep with the radio on, fall asleep. And in the morning, before I would awake, in my dream, I would be like having a conversation. I mean, it would be in a setting, maybe sitting around the Thanksgiving table, or, sitting in the living room on a couch, or at a cookout with family. It doesn't matter. It's been all different settings. I've actually dreamt I was a newscaster. And this would just go on. It almost seemed it was really a vivid last dream in my dream cycles. And the funny thing is, when I awoke and remembered what I dreamt about, remembered what I was talking about, I'd write it down in my dream journal. There'd be a song playing on the radio. Then the host would come back, right? And it's like your typical top 40. The station I always listen to is 92 Pro FM, WPRO in Providence. It's like the top 40 channel. So they have this morning show where they'll play a little bit of music, and then they'll gab for a while. So anyways, the host comes back on, and you're talking about the same subject that I was dreaming about. So it's like that part of reality, the real, crept into the dream world. That's my earliest experiences of lucid dreaming and how I'd done it unintentionally. Another time I was traveling in a hotel room and just fell asleep with the TV on. Same thing happened the next morning. I'm dreaming that, I'm talking about subject X. I wake up and on TV, it's like the news playing and it's the same shit that I was dreaming about. So that's kind of, tiptoeing in the lucid dreaming area. As you master it, that's when you fall. This is how it appears to me. I visualize it. I don't know. It's weird because I like to visualize things. If you think about the cycles of going to dream, you lay down, then you start relaxing, and then you get to REM, and then you fall asleep. And that's that line of we're conscious. Well, over there, if you get into lucid dreaming, I don't know if it's you stay at that level, but for me, it's like I fall through lucid dreaming, and instead of dreaming is when I start astral traveling. And that's kind of, it's like for me, it's like a fork in the road. It's like, all right, I have the intent to astral travel, so I'm going this way. And I don't know, it's just my weird way to visualize it. Let me see. Opal says, I jump awake around that time of sleep. Yeah, like in the morning. Or do you mean when you fall into lucid dreaming? Oh, just let it happen. Arlene says, all of my dreams take place in the same location. The White City. It is almost like I'm living a second life. That's very interesting. That is something. I would suspect astral travel, whether you're doing it intentionally or not, especially since it's the same place. I mean, it is possible that it could be like you're suggestive dreaming yourself, but that's a very interesting. Now, I have revisited places in my dreams, and I've definitely have recurring dreams, but I've never had like a dream that was in series like that. Not for any extended periods of time. Very interesting, Arlene. That's fascinating. I'm wondering if you're astral traveling actually to this place that's called the White City. Well, Arlene, you have a Sims dream world. That's awesome. I have been to all parts of the city. It's kind of cool, but I could give a tour. Yeah. Do you think that you're astral traveling? Think about the positive. Think about it. Because I'm wondering if you're slipping into this place in the astral world. I'm wondering. That's fascinating. Very fascinating. So, and here's what you can do. And I think he goes into in the book to say, when you go to bed at night, use the skills you have already learned in meditation and visualization. Lie down, close your eyes, put yourself into a meditative trance. I just say relax, just meditate, breathing. Let's go back to what he says. And begin to visualize that you are walking along a path. As you go along, various things will begin to appear that are not visualize that you are not visualizing intentionally. As this happens, you will be entering the dreaming. Stay conscious, but let these unbidden visions come. When you are fully in the world of the dream, hold your hands up in front of your face, turn around, open and close your fingers, blah, 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 blah. All right, so it's a little different for me, the visualization part. I've never tried the walking down the path, but when I close my eyes and I, will get into a meditative state and I close my eyes, I see shapes in the darkness. So the first thing I do when I'm meditating, going to sleep, And then what I do is I look through the shapes, relax my eyes as if not to focus on them. You know how, like, take your finger, put it in front of your head, or even something that you're reading, like a little fortune cookie thing, but don't focus. Look past it. Look as if you're looking through it. And that's what I do. And I find that these shapes will start to form into a scene. And I push and I keep going through into the scene, and it just becomes clearer and clearer. And that's when, I'm in that place I want to be. Let's see. Lesson 6. So now we're going to move on to journeying and dream walking and see what he's got going on here. And he says, as you master the skill of lucid dreaming, you will eventually be able to set a course within the dreaming to particular astral realms, places, times, and dimensions, such as fairy, the afterworlds, historical eras, or even the lands of myth and fantasy. This is called shamanic journeying. You will be able to fly to such places by levitation or even transport yourself instantaneously by teleportation. You will be able to seek out, meet, and converse with anyone you wish, living or dead, real or imaginary, including dragons, totems, spirits, gods, and goddesses. But beware, some of these places you encounter are very dangerous. I'm going to skim ahead because I want to talk about, I don't think he really gets into it. So, and I'm not going to say he's in error. I think to keep the book so that it could be read by children and adults alike, there's something that's left out of there. But I think he touches on it later in the book. And it's the hallucinogen. So from what I've learned through various mentors that I've had in the past, journeying or dream walking really, it is done by shamanic monks, and it's done, it's done in many different cultures, many monks and tribes and stuff. They will take a hallucinogen, whether it's, smoking mugwort, wormwood, certain teas, cannabis, anything, certain strains of cannabis, anything that'll get you, So Marge says, I love LSD. I think LSD would be a little too much for just journeying, because if you use something like LSD or mushrooms, you're going to hallucinate to a level where you're going to be more along for the ride as opposed to maintaining some control. And this is what I mean, because I recently did this with cannabis to try to reach out and find out who my spirit animal guide was. So I partook in a little bit of the good green, a specific blend of mostly a sativa, with just a little bit of CBD in it, so that, because if you do straight sativa, you get the paranoids, but you can like smooth out the edge with a little bit of with a higher CBD in your or you can cut it with a little bit of indica as well, just to kind of. But you want to have the more euphoric highs as opposed to the indica body highs. And if you're more interested in like suggested strains, reach out to me via the Facebook group. Let me put this up here. This is the Facebook group. I might put a post in there with some of the strains that I've used for dream walking or shamanic journeying. So basically, so what I did is, I partook, and I got myself basically really high, really euphoric, high, blitzed. But then not to the point where I fell down, or, you got to be careful. So cannabis will never hurt you. There's been studies that show that it doesn't touch it doesn't touch your brainstem. So the rest of your brain, you'll get high and whatnot, but you can't overdose on it because it doesn't affect your brainstem, where motor function and, not motor function, but your basic life stuff works. The thing is, you can get paranoid as hell. You will think you're dying. If you get to the point where you're paranoid as hell, you'll think you're dying. That's it. You'll be right in your will. Keep some of this handy. It's CBD candy. I don't know where, depending on where you are. Here in Rhode Island, we can walk into any store in the mall, in the mall, any convenience stores. They sell CBD in every way, shape, or form, all over the place. You can get oils, you can get CBD joints. But what happens if you get weed paranoid, take CBD, it calms it right down, brings it right in. It's my little safety net. So anyways, I did this. I got myself nice and euphoric, and with an intent to reach out to my spirit animal. And I meditated on that. I sat right here in this spot, and I meditated while high. And I'll tell you what I saw. I was walking along a beach in this meditative dream, and I kept seeing this glorious bald eagle. Big, huge, majestic. And actually we have, I'm like walking distance. Like I can see the lake from my house, from my window. We live like pretty much on a big lake. And we have a family of eagles that you can usually see flying around here. But I only thought of that only entered my mind after this. So there was no suggestion going on. I didn't even think of the eagle until afterwards. But anyways, walking along and I keep seeing this big, huge, majestic eagle. So he lands in front of me, and he's massive. Standing up, he's taller than me. Right? So he's facing me, and he's like huge. I walk around him, and it's not an eagle at all, but it was a griffin. And I got up on him and flew around, and it was absolutely fantastic. So that is, how I found out that my spirit. So what I say is my spirit guide, my spirit animal, in the mundane world is the eagle. In the magical world is the griffin. But that's that's kind of what this journeying is, and it goes much beyond that too. Especially when you look at what shamanic, the shamans, the shamanic journeying and what they're doing. is much more intense, but it's a very fascinating thing. I know something. I don't know if she's in here. Let's see her. But I don't want to bring I don't want to but I have a friend who also does journeying, and she used mugwort, I believe. um, and it is an experience. It is an experience of experiences. I'll tell you, not something to do um, without finding someone who knows what they're doing. I wouldn't suggest you go buy some mugwort and do it on your own. Seek out someone that kind of can guide you through that, because I just don't know enough about mugwort. If you want to do, if you're someone that uses cannabis, you're already halfway there. How to handle the herb. So yeah, so give it a try. Get a good, euphoric strain and give that a try, because it's very fascinating. There are people, and we're gonna go on. Let's move on in the book here. Let me think. All right, yeah, we are gonna move on, but yeah, that's true. I call it dream walking, journeying, and it's interesting. So anyways, lesson 7. How long have we been on? 46. Yeah, lesson 7 is dream discovery. Now, I wanted to touch on this because, again, before I went through this book myself, never heard of this as being a real thing, but we'll talk about it. Dream discovery is a specific kind of lucid dreaming whereby you set an intention to dream about. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, all right. Never mind. I was thinking of something else. All right, let's start over again. Lesson 7, dream discovery. Dream discovery is a specific kind of lucid dreaming whereby you set an intention to dream about a specific thing, usually in order to solve a problem, gain an insight, design a symbol, or visualize a project, such as a painting, sculpture, visualize something. I have used this technique to create unicorns, conceptualize statues I intended to sculpt, make architectural designs, plan magazines and book layouts, and create logos for various groups, such as the wizardly logo you see here. That's the logo, you see it in the book. One of the most famous instances of dream discovery was that of the ring structure of benzene. Until Kekulé, I think that's his name. Until Kekulé made the discovery, molecular structures in chemistry were conceived as linear, being in a straight line. This, however, did not explain many properties of benzene. Kekulé was trying to figure out a structure without much success. When the solution came to him in a dream, he describes this experience to an assembly of scientists who had met to commemorate his discovery. And this is, I guess, how we recanted it. Let's see. I turned my chair towards the fireplace and sank into it to doze. Again, the atoms were flitting before my eyes. Smaller groups now kept modestly in the background. My mind's eye sharpened by repeated visions of similar sort. Now distinguished larger structures of varying forms. Long rows frequently rose together, all in movement, winding and turning, like serpents in sea. What was that? One of the serpents seized its own tail, and the form whirled mockingly before my eyes. I came awake like a flash of lightning. This time, also, I spent the remainder of the night working out the consequences of the hypothesis. So I guess he saw this serpent kind of going in a circle, and he got that molecular circular idea. Interesting. I know I've dreamed on different things to kind of solve a problem, you know. Pretty interesting. Let me see. All right, we're at 50 minutes. How do I put a bookmark here? That's not what I want to do. Bookmark. Okay, so we're at 50 minutes. I guess I'm going to wrap up from the book here. And next week we will pick up with patterns of magic. But we'll wrap up here because I don't want to. I feel like we've kind of squeezed a lot in here tonight. And let's kind of take a quick peruse through the comments. Let's see. Oh, yeah, right? Arlene would love to have you as a guest on the popcorn party. That would be very interesting because I would love to talk to you about your dreaming, Arlene. If you're interested, let me know because that would be such an awesome thing to talk about. So guys, so I put this out there. Do you guys have any questions about some of the stuff that we talked about? Oh, Arlene says, okay, definitely. That would be so much fun. Arlene, are you in our Facebook group? If not, definitely check it out because you could kind of post in there or even send me a private message. And we can kind of organize that. Would be really cool. Guys, this is the book. Thank you, Opal. That is the book for the class. So the book, a good reference book. It looks like, oh my God, stretch, Dave, stretch. It looks like this. The Grimoire for the Apprentice Wizard. And they do have a Kindle version. Let me see. All right. So if there's no more questions, yeah, a lot of us are kind of. I'm a little bit stuffy. Lucian's been really sick lately. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget. That is the Facebook group. Definitely check it out. That's his Instagram. The gram. That's my gram. That's my Instagram, which I really got to get to posting more stuff on. Yeah. So definitely check those things out. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are enjoying this. So, yeah, definitely. Thank you guys for joining. And yeah, we're going to do this next week. Oh my God, next week, I'll let you know how the first day at my new job is. Ooh,
and it's so unfortunate because Dave has the rest of this week off and I don't. But next week, I have all the week off and Dave starts his new job. Really.
Timing.
But guys, remember, tomorrow is my Hoodoo Part 3 class.
Yeah.
And I'll be going over the laws of hoodoo.
Yeah.
So laws of disposal, contagion, similarity,
Oh,
all the fun stuff.
and I don't know where I put it, but right here. I have an idea for another series I'm going to do
Ooh.
based on this book. Heroes and Gods and Monsters of the Greek Myths. I started reading this book and it's fantastic. And it has a lot of the myths around some of the gods and the stories and the monsters and the Apollo and all that stuff.
Tomorrow my class is at 7:30 p.m. guys.
7:30.
And don't forget, stay young and beautiful.
Like me.
More like me. Bye-bye, folks. Bye-bye.
Yeah, definitely going to do that because I've been actually really, really feeling the whole Greco-Roman pantheon. It's so cool. All right, guys, have a great rest of your night. And I'm off for the week. Oh my God, it's vacation time up in here. Not you. All right, guys. Thanks for joining. Have a great rest of your week.